I hope history will be kind to me, says President Muhammadu Buhari, criticizes elite for being self-centered. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed hope that history will be kind to his administration, going by what he met on ground upon assumption of office in May 29, 2015, in area of security and economy, and the difference that has been made since then. This was just as some residents of Katsina State, suspected to be political thugs, yesterday booed President who was in the state on a 2-day state visit to inaugurate some selected projects executed by the state's government. The president, who spoke in Katsina after inaugurating some projects, stressed that security and economy were the core essence of government, saying citizens did not care how they were realized. But I can't complain because I asked for it. I have done my best, and I hope history will be kind to me, he said, even as he criticized the Nigerian elite for being self-centered rather than being concerned about the welfare of the people. He lamented what he called the selfish attitude of many Nigerians, counseling that if they thought more of the people, things would have much better for government in the country. Buhari regretted the amount of resources that went to waste instead of being used for the provision of infrastructure under previous administrations, during which time he recalled a barrel of crude oil sold consistently for $100. While drawing comparison between 1999 and 2015 and 2023, Buhari stated that our elite did not put their head together in the years past in order to move the country forward. They were very selfish. I insist that they should think of the country more than themselves. By doing so, they can join forces for the good of the country. Buhari said former head of state General Sani Abacha had been criticized for his leadership style, while many ignored the contributions of the Petroleum Trust Fund, which he chaired under the former head of state. He noted that the PTF implemented many developmental projects, particularly in health, education, and infrastructure, with some of the projects still evident in many parts of the country. Buhari explained that the Kano-Katsina Maradi Niger Republic rail line was designed to enhance neighbor lines and ease economic activity between Nigeria and Niger, and not only for cultural affiliation. If you want to enjoy peace and harmony, you must be very friendly with your neighbor. This is why when I came into office, I started by visiting all our neighbors, he added. According to him, the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, deserves commendation for the youthful energy, intellectual capacity, and visionary leadership he deployed in improving the security situation in the Northeast, while further extolling Zulum for being daring by neglecting threats to his life and visiting various parts of the state to encourage indigenes. He said, "We were lucky to have a young, vibrant, and intellectual governor like Professor Zulum. He was all over the place working, who said book is haram, forbidden, He therefore urged Nigerians to be more focused on getting education that equips them for a dynamic and digital world instead of studying to get a job only. Buhari appreciated the sacrifices and dedication of the state government in constructions, upgrading facilities, and supply of medication and working tools. Let me start by expressing my thanks to Allah, SWT, for granting us the privilege of life to be here today in Katsina to commission projects during my 2-day visit official. Governance or leadership, as I have emphasized on many occasions, is an enormous responsibility embodying trust and requiring sacrifice so that the community of people that entrusted a leader with that burden can, in both short and long terms, stand to benefit from the uprightness of the leadership. In November 2022, I received a letter from the governor of Katsina State inviting me to pay a state visit to commission projects executed by his administration. I was confident in giving my consent to the request. Firstly, I noticed that the governor's letter had already embarked many projects that are beyond commissioning for a state visit spanning only 2 days. And secondly, I was impressed by the transparency implied by the manner that each of the projects was associated with its cost of execution. I am under the impression that the governor is using this occasion to announce his silent achievements, many of which were unknown till today. Earlier today, it was my pleasure to commission Kofa Kaura on underpass, Kofa Kaura Waterworks, Revenue House, Meteorological Institute and Drama Rise Mills, as well as upgraded Katsina General Hospital. I am happy with the infrastructural development effort in Katsina State, particularly when one compares the recorded achievements with the position of the state as a rural state with a short history of a little over 3 decades of existence, he said. While thanking Masare for the visionary leadership and commitment to improving livelihoods and infrastructure, the president said he would continue to support the government. I congratulate the Katsina State Governor for achieving this milestone, and I wholeheartedly identify with the important strides Governor Masare has recorded. He noted. In his remark, Masare thanked the president for honoring the invitation to inaugurate some projects in the state. The governor, who presented a full report on his achievements in office over 7 years, noted that enrollment in schools moved from over 1 million to more than 2 million annually, following interventions by the state government. In another development, protesters booed Buhari in Katsina. Meanwhile, some residents of Katsina State, suspected to be political thugs, yesterday booed President Muhammadu Buhari, who is in the state on a 2-day state visit to inaugurate some selected projects executed by the state government. The commotion began at the Kofa Kaura underpass when some of the apparently aggrieved political thugs started throwing stones at the crowd shortly after the inauguration of the project by the president. They also burned tires along Yahaya Madaki Way, few minutes away from the newly inaugurated underpass project, while shouting, "We don't need you, we no go do." We are not supporting APC, but they were dispersed by security personnel who threw tear gas at them. An eyewitness, Abdul Suleiman, told This Day that the protesters were chanting Bamui, Bamui in Hausa, "We are not interested," and started stoning some vehicles at the venue. According to him, shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated the underpass, some residents of this area came out and started throwing stones at some vehicles at the venue. Before we knew it, they started burning tires on the road. This They visited the venue to ascertain the scenario, and our correspondent was affected by the tear gas used by the security personnel deployed to tackle the unrest on the two major roads, Madaki and IBB. Also, some of the residents booed President along the IBB way within the Katsina metropolitan area when the convoy of the president was heading to the newly constructed revenue house for inauguration. However, the police and other security operatives dispersed the protesters with tear gas, and normalcy returned to the area as the president inaugurated all the projects built for inauguration yesterday.